Hello, Bitcoin investors, and thanks for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about creating wealth or stacking sats using, in particular, the Badger DAO app, as well as its combinations of investments with Convex moving forward. Importantly, although my video is titled, I want to be a Bitcoin whale, and I couldn't agree with myself more on that. I don't think it's likely I'll be a massive whale in my lifetime, but what I can say is the goal of becoming a baby whale is a real possibility, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. You would have heard from a number of different crypto influencers the importance at the moment of hodling and DCAing. So dollar cost averaging as you buy in. These are just some of the investors, the YouTube influencers who will be telling you that stuff. But the important thing is the way to do that is to start looking for yield, start searching on how we're going to be making more of that money, keeping our Bitcoin and investing it. And so this is the process you use as you go through and use Badger DAO itself. From here we are now, and we can seek to deposit a number of our key assets that we're looking to hodl. So Bitcoin, in this instance, wrapped Bitcoin here, which we brought across to the Ethereum network, potentially some crypto assets, again, you brought across from Convex, or alternatively your CRV and CVX tokens, which again, you can bring across. With these three different tokens, you can bring those across to the Badger DAO app, and they will then place, or you will place it into the set of your choice. So the Badger set that you want to put it in. What you can do is you can either bring it across and turn it into this, which is an interest-bearing Bitcoin, which is one of the best financial, I don't know if I can say financial products, one of the most amazing Bitcoin products out there at the moment that's owned by Badger DAO, and you can use that for your investment. Alternatively, you can look to place your Convex or your CRV tokens into a number of different sets, or alternatively, a try crypto, and then have those different sets create yield for you. The important part is if you have Bitcoin, the best Bitcoin yields in DeFi are currently on the Badger app. And the most reliable and easy to understand CVX and CRV rewards are also on the Badger app, providing excellent and extremely competitive yields. So if not always the best, certainly in the top 2 to 3. The key update on that for what we should be aware of is that as things are progressing, and so in the next couple of weeks, what you can expect to see is that if you stake your CVX and or your CRV, you can expect to get 4 to 5% of non-Badger based rewards by staking it there. If you bring it across to the Badger DAO app, you will get the same rewards, but you'll get 7 or 8%. So additional rewards rather than simply staking it purely on the Curve platform. From there, if you want to play the Badger game, you can as well, which is buying those Badger tokens and chasing the actual native token or the Badger token in rewards as well. Importantly, if you're looking at staking, and this is the next part to it, so this part here, the allocation of funds and how we expect that to play out in yield. So again, if you simply had interest-bearing Bitcoin, which is already one of the higher yielding Bitcoin assets, or alternatively REN. If you had either of those two BTC assets staked, you can expect to get 4.3 or 4.7%. But if you stake them across on the Badger app, you'll be getting 7.88%. And that's simply because of all the different smart contracts and different sort of strategies that have been put in with the Badger DAO app itself, providing you that superior yield. All right. Now, that's just, once again, that's in primarily non-native assets. So this is in things like CRV tokens or CVX tokens and a number of different options. So there's a number of different tokens you'll get, which I'll show you at the moment. Now, in addition, there's additional yields that are looking to be allocated, and I apologize for that, drawing across to the Badger vote escrowed CVX token hodlers. But the key point that I want to bring across, and there's all this, different percentages and figures here. If you are a BTC or a Bitcoin whale, there's only one place to get over 5% returns anywhere in DeFi, and that's with Badger. So if you're not staking with Badger, it makes no sense to me. You should really be staking across with Badger. And that's even if you don't want to play the Badger game. So you don't buy any Badger tokens and you simply want to stake your Bitcoin, doing it in Badger, on the Badger DAO app, is by far the smartest place to do it. Importantly, if you want to hodl and continue to go along further than that, you can also buy the Badger DAO governance tokens, which will provide additional emissions and additional benefits to those who hold it. So I'll highlight now just quickly what the kind of stuff you can expect to see in terms of the Badger DAO app. So you'll go across, and these are those set vaults I talked about before. You've got your interest-bearing Bitcoin. At the moment, this is just purely a liquidity pairing. You've got the vote-locked CVX tokens on Curve and then the vote-locked CVX on Convex, each of these providing different ROIs. It's an extremely high ROI at the moment on the CVX locked on Curve. So this vote-locked piece here, a large whale withdrew their funds a short while ago, which is providing outsized returns for those who wish to invest there, so great opportunity. You've also got a number of other different assets here, such as Sushi Swap, Wrap, Bitcoin, etc. And we're not going to worry about those because we're not providing a whole lot of additional boost to those. And then you've got your CVX helper and your try crypto. So again, the types of things you can expect here: Curve LP fees, Badger CVX CRV rewards, the bulk compounding rewards, and then the Badger vote escrowed CVX rewards. So a bunch of excellent different rewards here you can expect to achieve within each of these different vaults. and these different areas moving forward with Badger. Importantly, though, the focus is really on this interest-bearing Bitcoin part here, this first one, and then on the CVX CRV wars, which we've talked about previously, and potentially with crypto assets. If you have other assets, other BTC assets, including even WBTC or a number of other different coins, your yield for those will be very small because Badger has sought to provide the best possible yield and gone all in on this interest-bearing Bitcoin, which is one of the most important products that they've got currently going. So noting what I just said previously, whales and I want to be one. If you want 5% or more yield, in other words, and to me, I want significantly more than 5%, but if you want to hold on to Bitcoin for a long time, this is the place to do it, Badger DAO. They've got a great opportunity to get the best possible yields with your Bitcoin. So for me, the strategy of becoming a whale then involves a mix of different options. It involves buying the Badger DAO token to get the maximum rewards. It involves buying and staking my CVX so that I can get even more rewards with the very high yields that are coming in as a result of the CRV and CVX wars currently underway. And importantly, it involves using my Bitcoin, converting that across to interest-bearing Bitcoin, and again, I'm getting rewards. So again, I'm maximizing rewards across a number of different strategies here and constantly auto-compounding and claiming my rewards to get the maximum possible boost. And there's no doubt at all at the moment. I mean, you can again look at any of the different influencers out there, talk about a death cross, talk about all the other problems with Bitcoin and the FUD. We're not here purely to trade. We're here to invest. And now's the time that you can be DCAing in, you can be buying, you can be staking, you can be doing anything. What you're not doing is selling for a loss at this point. Again, not financial advice. I'm not going to talk much about the hack. We can go into this if people have questions on it later, but I did want to highlight that the hack was a total bummer. It was not, and it was a result of the smart contracts themselves, and there's a full debrief on the Badger app itself, so complete open honesty from the team. But what's important is that the community voted together to provide full restitution to those affected. So again, like providing that full restitution to people with the knowledge that people in the community care about each other and care about the Badger DAO app, surviving into the future. So the plan here for me, the Badger price at the moment is on sale. Bitcoin is on sale. So it's a great time to start DCAing in. And if your plan is to always keep at least 50% of your crypto in BTC, then mixing that up with CVX, CRV, as well as the Badger token makes a lot of sense to me to keep stacking those sats and building up your Bitcoin assets. So for me, it's getting those assets such as the Badger DAO token itself, and then using those to build out my CVX holdings and my Bitcoin holdings. If you have other types of crypto out there, and so you've got your various altcoins, to me, make as much money as you can on those, of course, not financial advice, but do whatever you like. But the goal is always going to be to move towards the perfection that is Bitcoin and to keep stacking the sats in that department. For the next video, we're going to talk about tokenomics, because I know people get concerned about the price in particular of Badger, and we're going to talk about the Badger Boost, how that works. And then in another video, we'll talk about the interest-bearing Bitcoin itself and do a deep dive on that to provide a better understanding of what the interest-bearing Bitcoin is all about and how that's a great place for you to convert your Bitcoin into something that's going to continue to earn you yield. Anyway, all the best to everybody, and see you in the next video.